here. Welcome back to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel, The Flavorful Home. If you're new, I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you find some fun and new things here. Well, it's July and there is another collaboration. It is called Jar It Up July and it's hosted by Pam from Bloo's Reliance and Tony from Kettle Kitchen. It is a smorgasbord of, if it goes in a jar, share it. And I am going to be sharing a chili sauce. But before we get started, just some information so that you know. There will be a giveaway on August 4th. And here are the times. 4 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, 6 p.m. Central Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, and 12 a.m. British time, which is actually the next day, Saturday morning the 5th in the UK. And people win all the time, so watch all the videos, comment, and you just might get lucky. And there's ForJars is sponsoring again, I believe, but there's always fun prizes. And all you're doing is watching videos, getting some good ideas, some recipes. So it's always a fun time. Anyway, as I said, I am making, it's called Singapore chili sauce. And it's in the good old Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. It's on page 261, and it's called Singapore Chili Sauce. There is another place to find it. I would like to share that with you because it's just not the book. I believe it's the Healthy Canning website that has it also. Yes, healthycanning.com has it. So you can access it in other places. I'll put a link in the description. You know the road. Check the description box all the time because there's also going to be the playlist and list of everyone who's participating. So the description box is always a font of info. Don't let it slide by. All right, I'm going to turn you around and show you what goes into this chili sauce. Come on. Okay, so obviously the star of the show, I'll pull you down a little bit more, put you a little closer and tilt you, are the chilies. The recipe says to use hot red chili peppers such as the Fresno, Holland or Dutch, and jalapeno. Now I'm going to let you know, I don't do very well with hot peppers. I also don't do very well with cutting them up. I have to wear gloves. Yesterday I just chopped up a combination of Anaheim and jalapeno that were roasted, and my hands was sizzling for hours afterwards. So, and I did a mix. I'm a little nervous about the heat. My family loves it. I don't do too good with it. I'm going to show you something else. It says if you want it to be super hot or incendiary, which is on fire, you could add these little puppies, which are Thai chili peppers. I don't know what possessed me to buy them because I will never use them. I took a little bite of the tip of one and I said, oh boy, it's not happening. That puppy is on fire. So anyway, I did everything I could here. I deveined, de-seeded, the whole works, and chopped to get 4 cups that's what you want. After it's all cleaned up and chopped, 4 cups of your peppers. You can switch out your peppers as long as you're doing it even Steven. 4 cups for 4 cups. That is the rules. 1/4 cup of chopped garlic. It is a tablespoon of grated fresh ginger root. Fresh ginger root has such a lovely smell. It's just so nice and fresh. Back here we have our vinegar. It's 2½ cups of vinegar. Make sure your vinegar says 5½. I think it's 5½. Let me look on here. Somewhere on here it'll tell me it's, I can't find it now. Yes, 5%. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see in there. 5% acidity. That is important for the recipe. And then we have 2½ cups of granulated sugar. I didn't put it in yet, but it's also 2 teaspoons of salt. And I will just use my pickling salt for it. Alrighty. Oh, I almost forgot the raisins. It called for sultana or golden, and you have to rinse them. It is 1.5 cups. Yeah. You can use regular raisins, and I was just a little bit shy of the 1.5 cups, so I put some Thompson's. It's for the aesthetic. It looks nicer because it's all light, but if you have regular old raisins, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to turn around to the stove and get going. Okay, first thing you're going to do is you're going to add your vinegar and your sugar. Let me get my heat on, my flame. And you're going to bring it up to a boil over high heat. You want to get that sugar dissolved. And it's going to boil for 3 minutes. You can see that sugar is there. It's all cloudy. And you just keep stirring it until it's nice and dissolved. Now you have it at high heat. Once it's boiling, you reduce it and you let it gently boil for 3 minutes. To be honest, this is boring, so when it's boiling, we'll come back. Alrighty, we're boiling, so now I'm going to lower it and set my timer for 3 minutes, and we'll come back when we're ready to add the ingredients to it. I just wanted to take a minute, and I'm going to lower you a little to show you a gentle boil. It's not crazy rumbling with bubbles. The bubbles are just slightly breaking the surface. Alrighty, be back in a minute. Okay, now we add in our peppers, garlic, ginger root. Get it all in there. Okay, every little bit. Like I said, I used a combination. Yellow jalapeno, Fresno, regular. About 1/8 of this was from my garden. They're not quite ready yet, so I only was able to get a few of them. Here's the salt. And here is the raisins. Combine that all nice. And that is going to cook increase it to high, bring it to a boil, and then reduce and cook about 5 minutes for the veggies to heat through. So, get that up to a boil. My throat is still itchy from doing these peppers. It's actually a bit of a comedy show when I'm doing this. I'm coughing, I'm sneezing, I'm choking. My kids get a kick out of it because I don't know what it is. I just can't handle, and only once I put it in the sink to wash them, that's when it goes south for me. It's starting to boil. I just know this is going to be a real hot sauce, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. If you like to dip egg rolls or spring rolls, dumplings, or put it in noodles, I'm excited to taste it. You want to get a nice boil and then lower and simmer for 5. Let me just make sure those are the words it uses. Increase heat to high and bring to a boil. Reduce heat and boil gently until heated through about 5 minutes. That's a nice boil. I'm going to lower it. And let's see. You want a gentle boil. I'd say that's gentle. I'll get my timer going and we'll come back when the 5 minutes is up. Very quickly, I have my steam canner heating up with 3 quarts of water. I love steam canning. Ball says you will get, makes about 12 4-ounce jars or 6 8-ounce. I did 2 4-ounce, 5 8-ounce. So we'll see what happens. Anyone who's been canning and uses Ball, it's often hit and miss. You don't always get what Ball says you will. But just a little advice. You can always move down in your jar size. And you process, if you want to do a 4-ounce jar of jelly along with your 8-ounce, that 4-ounce jar has to be processed for the same amount of time as the 8-ounce. You don't decrease your time. So you can move down, but there's no way to go up in this. There's no quart size. So don't do that. Stick with what the book says. I'm not the canning police. I love that. Someone said I'm not the canning police. But try to follow the rules for safety purposes. Okay, we'll be back as soon as that timer goes in. All right. Hot jars. They were in my sink with hot water. Just so you know, when using the Ball or Care lids, you don't have to heat them anymore. That's fine. You're going to do 1/2-inch headspace, and these will show you the headspace. This is 1, this is 1/2, and way up here, see, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, as well as using your pokey tool. All right, let's get this in. And like I said, 1/2 inch headspace. all the way in. And, oh, that is pretty. One more, and then we'll, okay. Here's my pokey tube. You want to get all the air bubbles out. This is going to need more, I could see. You could come in. Okay. And, oh yes, most definitely. That one is just about okay, but those two need it. I don't want more liquid. I'd rather have more of the goods. Okay. Let me just a little bitty. Okay. What a nice smell it has. Oh, now that one I'm going to have to take a little bit out. This one looks okay. And that one does too. Half. A little bit. Ooh, that one is too much, so I'm just going to scoop like this. Put it right in there. Okay, and that looks good too. Alrighty, let's get, actually, I'm gonna just take a little bit. Yes, I am very anal about all this stuff. In case you didn't remember, my little nail polish dispenser, nail polish remover dispenser, and you're going to want to wipe these because there is sugar, and sugar is sticky and can sometimes hinder your sealing process. And it's also hot, and I'm not a true fan of being burned, even though I often get burned. I don't like it. I gotta finagle this one. I don't like the measurement on it. Let me see something. This one's still a little bit too high. This one is good. This one is still a little bit too much. Haha, that's hot. I know I'm here using this tool like a scoop, but that's better. And I'll wipe it again. And then we'll get our lids on. 1, 2, 3. And they process for 10 minutes, but for my altitude, I have to add 5 minutes to the processing time. I'm a little bit over 1,000 feet, so I will process for 10 minutes. And of course, fingertip tight. You don't want to, you want to just give it a nice, or as I've shown before, when you put your finger, once it turns, you're done. Alrighty, I'm going to move you over here. I'm going to place them in, and I will finish up. And let's see what we're going to get. Ooh, there's a little piece of pepper on that one. Should I have the courage to taste it? Ooh, that's good. Yes, it is hot, but it has a nice taste. Let's put you there. Alrighty. I'll finish canning them up or jarring them up, and we'll come back and see how many we got. So we got the 2 4-ounce jars and the 4 8-ounce jars. And a quick clarification while I put my canning cover on. The lids, if you're going to be canning for more than 10 minutes, which I will be, you do not have to sterilize jars, bands. That's all fine. And like I said, the new canning rules, you don't have to boil your lids. Anyway, we have to get to the go zone, the green. That's going to take a little bit. I'm going to pump the heat up, and then when it's in the go zone, we'll start the timer. There's barely anything left, but I just wanted to grab a little bit, and I have a couple of peppers and a raisin. Let's see. Ooh, that's good. It's hot. Not my hot and your hot are probably two very different things because I'm a baby. But it has a bit of a kick. If you want curl your tongue hot, throw in some of those Thai chilies. And they said, because they're so small, trying to seed them would be a hassle. Just cut the stem off and put them in, maybe 3 of them, I don't know, depending on how hot your tolerance is. But it has a really nice taste. I'm glad I made it. This will be good on various noodle dishes. My kids are going to like it. And I'll probably mail one to my son, who's now in North Carolina, because he loves things like this. Alrighty, we're waiting for that canner to come up to temp, and then we'll kick in with the timer. Alrighty, it's in the go zone, and I think I said the wrong processing time. Up to 1,000 feet, it's 15 minutes. I'm more, so I have to add 5 minutes to that. It'll be 20 minutes, and we'll come back when we take them out. Alrighty, our timer went off. We shut it, and we wait 5 minutes, and then we remove the cover. Alexa, timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
We'll be back in 5. Okay, 5 minutes. We'll take the cover off. Remember, you're always going away from you. You don't want that steam in your face. Oh, 1 popped already. 2 popped. Because it burns, and that's not fun. Give me a second. Get this laying down. And now we will, I'm going to turn you a little bit. Well, let's do it over here. This way you can see them getting placed onto the cloth. And also, remember that too. Let me just adjust this. You don't want to just put your hot jars on a counter. The shock could crack them. Very nice. It actually was very delicious. I am pleased with it. All right. And you don't want to tilt your jars so that you don't have it leaking up. You just put them down straight. Don't worry about any water that might have accumulated on the top. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a close-up of look at all those peppers. Very nice. Pleased. Now they sit You leave them undisturbed for 12 to 24 hours before then you could take your bands off and wash them. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you follow along and watch all the lovely participants. Remember the description box for all the info. August 4th, Tony Kettle's Kitchen giveaway. Until next time, go create something wonderful. Bye-bye.